Arua city. Is this the biggest city in West Nile? This is supposed to be the capital city of West Nile. Yeah, it looks clean, cleaner than Kampala. So after securing accommodation, I've just arrived in Arua a few minutes back, and after securing accommodation, I'm going to be walking around, show you how it looks like. This is Dent Care, or it's Sick Care Clinic. This is what used to be Crane Bank. It is property of Sudil Rupalaria, the rich man here in Uganda. So I take on to this way. This is where we have Dodo supermarkets. I think I should be taking on to this other side, or maybe I don't know where exactly to take on. So I think let me take on to this other side. Later I'll take on to this way. No, let me take on to this way. Later I'll come back, take that other side. No, I think let me take on this way. Later I'll get a Boda. I come back this way. So this is how this one looks like. And this is Diamond Trust Bank. Stanbic Bank is somewhere in front here. This is Stanbic Bank, one of the biggest banks around Uganda. So this is Arua city. I think Arua city is the biggest city in the West Nile. The West Nile is the part of the Nile. When you look at the Nile cutting through the northern parts of Uganda, there is that part that looks like it is detached from Uganda. Yes, as far as I know, that part was not supposed to be part of Uganda, but President Idi Amin Dada pulled it onto Uganda forcefully. So not so much is spoken about that, but I think that is what happened. I will be giving you more details in the videos to come. So this is my first impressions of Arua city, and this is how Arua looks like. So far, so clean, that's what I can say. And the people are busy and friendly. That's what I can say. When you look at these structures also, and Republic Street of Ginger, it is kind of similar. When you look at the structures, like most of them are structures that I think that were put by the colonialists or during those times. This one. Yeah, it is also hot. It is clean, but I must say it is also hot. And given the fact that I am sick, so I have to go around with a bottle of water to make sure that I stay hydrated, but I've not been so consistent on the water. I think after this walk, I'll be taking my water. But of course, the other thing I'm going to look for is going to be food. The last thing I ate was in the morning before I took my medicine at 10. So I think I should be getting something for myself as the sick boy. Yeah. So for the people that grew up from here, Drop comments, let me know what you think of your home area. This is how it looks like. This is a new structure here. They've built so far the ground level, not yet the upper stairs or the upper stories. This is Finance Trust Bank. It also has MoneyGram and Western Union. Yeah, we receive money via MoneyGram and Western Union here. Like, that is what you can use if you're not sending money via bank. For the people in the States, people in Europe, people in America, that's what you can use to send money to people like me. So if you're out there and you're still thinking of how to send money to me, in form of support, yeah, could be money for me to buy myself some juice as the sick person. You can just drop it via Western Union. That's if I give you my details, my national ID details, my, what else? My telephone number as well. Yeah. So since we have motorbikes, places like this, which is a garage, are very vital in Arua. So I earlier on came looking for accommodation here, but these guys weren't around. So they told me to wait. I was like, no. This is Absa. Absa took over most of the property that was for Barclays in Uganda. And this is where it is, somewhere here. Arua one view is this one. There are more of these ferrying goods to the final consumers from wholesalers. Betting is one activity that is dominant in most parts of the city or parts of the country. Just like that company, that is one of the biggest bet companies around. It is Sportbet. But of course, if you look around, you may find others, and they are always targeting people that want quick cash. And in the process, your 1,000, your 2,000 is taken, and for them in that little, they end up getting a lot more. So this is where the Nile Star buses get their customers from, or this is where they park. Also, this is where they drop their goods in case they bring them, just like there. And in Kampala, they are along Kampala Road, just next to Watoto Church. I think every other time I'm passing there and I'm recording a video, I point there and tell you, and we've seen several of them. So the trade order has also reached this other side. Like, they've tried to shift some people off the streets. Like you see at the back there, they've cleared everyone and promising to double the efforts, according to someone I talked to earlier on. So it is spread to all the cities and municipalities of Uganda. So just want to stop around this clock, then I can walk towards the other side This guy is making Rolex or chapati, but I haven't tried theirs since I am on medication for something that has been caused by food contamination, something like that. I think it's better for me to stay away from street food, given some of them aren't that clean. That's what I need to do. So this is a monument here. It is for Airtel. They tell you Airtel welcomes you to Arua. How about I stop around here, then continue to take you to the other side, and then pass on the other opposite lane of the one I've been walking. This is how this looks like. A 4-triangle guest house just here. This is the main street that I've been walking. I think I'll be connecting to it somewhere afterwards. The bodas are also many here, and some of them have Congolese number plates. How are you? Cassava is how much? 1,000 and 1,500. Out for 2,000. The weighing scale is in your hands. Sorry. I demand how much? Cassava was for 2,000. Peanuts for 2,000. Then you give me more cassava for 1,000. So a friend of mine says you can never go wrong with fish, and this is what I've got. This is for 5,000, and I've managed to get myself some cassava and groundnuts from that saucepan. That's where she got it from. So this is how the fish looks like so far. I'm dismantling it. This fish comes from the Albert, and then some is caught in people's ponds, and then the Albert Nile, the Nile part that comes from the top of Albert as you're exiting Uganda into South Sudan. I just had that experience, and now it is done. Guess what? I've taken some for myself because I'm not sure of the food here. I'm not saying I'm undermining the food. Since I'm still sick, I wanted something that was still hot. That was the fish. And then I needed some things like the groundnuts I've got, and then the cassava that I've bought. And it was also still hot. So I hope I'm not going to contaminate it. That's my prayer. Let me do it the Kampala way. I think there is some sanity and waste management is not so bad. That's what I can say. These ones are coming back from school. I think it's around 4 p.m. Let me put myself in order first, then I can at least get a Boda maybe, and then move around. So I am going to cross from here and get a Boda. So what I've also realized is the early pregnancy rate here is quite so high. I was talking to one of my friends and it was like, most of the girls here, as early as 15, they have kids. As early as 13, they are already sexually active. As early as 14, they are mothers. And that is why this region, mostly I'm talking about the West Nile and northern Uganda at large, that's why this region has more NGOs that have something to do with gender-based violence. Like a lot of violence in homes because these parents or the younger parents go to one another not sure of what the future will be, and in the end they dump each other, and during that process it is a hard one, it is a harsh one. Fights never end in their families. So this is the region. And why is it happening even still today? There are parents that never went to school, and they also think their children going to school is a wastage of time. It's a few that manage to go to school that are grooming their kids in a better way. Some of them have reached an extent of taking their kids out of this city, out of the communities, and taking them to places like Kampala or other areas that have better schools. That is it. So if you're out there, you're above 15 and you're able to get a decent education in a decent school, just be thankful. The kids I was finding, or we were finding with the other friend of mine, carrying kids, and I was like, are these their babies? Or it was like, bro, here things happen as early as 13, 14, 15, they're already mothers. It is a chance if you find them at 13 and they're not parents. It's a golden chance if you do so. So I think for the remaining parts, I can get a Boda. it as we are going.
Can I go back?
Exactly what I wanted, yeah. This is enough. Boda rider that is taking me so careful. He had to stop, let people pass. Good man. Other people will just bypass them. I don't know why Indians behave like that in Uganda. Or maybe things are like that even in India. The way he got into the road. Okay, I have a request. Can we do 3? We finish this street. I don't know where you're going to come back or you put me where. I don't know. Is it okay? Yeah. Arua city. Is this the biggest city in West Nile?
Yeah.
This is supposed to be the capital city of West Nile. Yeah, it looks clean, cleaner than Kampala. They will come for me. Why are you saying it is cleaner than Kampala? It is clean and organized. I like how most of the buildings have new painting. Maybe it is the city that has ordered, but it looks organized and it is worth being called a city. Don't know where you're going to come from. Is there any other street behind there?
Yeah.
If it's okay, we can maybe go there. But I'm supposed to go back to Casablanca. That's where I'm staying. So I don't want to be. Oh, I passed here. Where is Nile Star? At the back there. Yeah. Oh, I passed here. So the trade order has had all the people here shifted. Kiosks have been taken away. Things have been demolished like somewhere here. Wow. I see myself paying more money. This is a Congolese truck. That's how they usually pack things to the maximum. It is now faulty and in a garage. Does this road link somewhere to Casablanca? Yeah. Oh, that is better. So you just look me at Casablanca if it is possible. Thank you very much. Are we still here? Where is Casablanca? Are we still on 3,000? Maybe here where the bill has gone to 4,000 or 5,000. This side. I'd moved around, but I'd not reached this side. But I let go.
So the Arua sent pardon?
Yeah, prisons. Oh, I come. Where is Radio Passes? Yeah, we came from Passes and then we did not branch this way. Let's go back. I leave you. You go and take other people. What is to water and translate you back again. So the Auditor General. Arua is a very organized lead. I don't see Casablanca. It is behind this building there. Put here my cassava. Don't know if it's about to fall. Casablanca.